Hey yo, what is good YouTube? This game we're playing AKALI in the mid lane against Victor.
The truth.
Personally, I'm not a fan of AKALI mid, just because you're lacking wave clear, and until you're level 6, the lanes are especially hard, even compared to champions like Zed, who's pre-6 is not super strong, but it's not as weak as AKALI's. But luckily, if you're able to play aggressive, there's always a way to win the game. As AKALI mid, if you play passively and just get poked, shoved in, miss CS, and killed, then you're gonna lose the whole game. See, if I just play it passively, he's gonna poke me down. So either one, I gotta go for trades, or two, I gotta have a jungler constantly in my lane. So luckily, Jarvan is smart. He knows that he blew flash, so coming back for a gank would be fairly easy. And with that, I get a nice CS lead. I'm able to farm these in peace, and yeah. So I instantly back and I get some magic resist because Maokai's AP and Viktor's AP. So if they were to gank me, there's a higher chance of me surviving. So unlike him shoving me in, I'm actually trying to shove him in so that I don't get poked. If he's busy farming CS and he pokes me, he won't be able to CS optimally, so it's always good to shove them in so they can't poke you. Alright, so once you're level 6, you definitely want to look for free kills on the enemy laner, especially if his summoners are still down. So here I'm just waiting for Viktor to overstep, and I'll shroud over the wall and probably kill him like that. Alright, so he wastes his stun prematurely, puts it at a bad spot. I don't get the kill on him, but at the very least I showed him my dominance in lane, so next time he probably won't play aggressive against me. I also have stopwatch right now, so if I dive him, it's very dangerous. Alright, here I see that Nasus is getting ganked by Maokai, and I TP in for the kills and also to save him. This is a bit greedy, but I definitely wanted the kills because, as I said, AKALI in the mid lane is pretty bad. So you want to get every kill you can get and as much gold resources as possible. But burning flash is probably not worth because I still would have got gold out of getting assist on the York, and having flash in mid lane can probably save me or help me kill Viktor. On back, I actually opt for the Spectral Cowl because against double AP, like I said, it's always a good item to have. You don't have to finish it into Visage or whatever item it goes into, but it's always good to have that component during the mid game so that Viktor can't instantly burst you, and also the same with the damage incoming from Maokai. I play it safe here because I know that once our bot lane got the enemy's bot lane, then most likely there'd be roaming. But then I saw that the Viktor overstepped his boundaries and walked way too far up, so I just go for the kill on him. And Maokai is 2 levels behind me. I have doubles, so I have that insane regen, and I'm not too scared of him since I also have the MR. And luckily our MF cleans up the kill. Nice. Okay, here's a really big mistake by Nami. So for some reason she thinks she can hold a lane against me when she's down 3 levels, and the second she misses her bubble, she's dead to me. Exhaust or not, I still can just kill her. Yeah, just like that. So never overestimate your ability as a support. I probably would have died there if I couldn't get out with the minions because the turret, but luckily I was able to get out. Alright, so after Ballin gets the enemy turret, we rotate because there's no need for me to stay mid. Just because I don't want to focus on getting turret, I want to focus on being in the side lane and trying to get pressure bot so my team can get other objectives. If I'm mid lane, then I can't really do anything. I can't take turret against 2 people. Here the Ezreal is way overextended, dude. There's no chance of him getting out. Oh, is there? I let him go? I didn't let him go. Oh, I think my R stacks were still down, that's why. Alright, so currently I have my Gunblade and I'm quite strong. If we fight, in a team fight, I can still survive since I have magic resist and health. So I'm ready to fight at any time. I'm just gonna split bot until I get the opportunity to. Alright, so I see a quick flank. So I TP in. I managed to get into the fight because G4 locked the enemy down. Oh, here I really messed up. I flashed over because I thought that Maokai flashed over or something. Or he hopped over the wall, but he just walked around and I wasted my flash for nothing. That was pretty feels bad. If I had flashed out, I could have killed Ezreal. Alright, so here we just insta-dive the Viktor. He's 1v4 and he doesn't have stopwatch. I have no idea why he would stand there. He's literally asking to die. So here we get the turret. There's no need to keep on fighting because we're getting pretty low. Alright, so as I'm pathing top to help our Nasus kill the York, he ends up soloing them, and for some reason the enemy bot lane thinks they can cut me off or something, and they come to try to stop me, but I just get me a double kill. I shroud so Nami doesn't know where to bubble me. She ends up getting the bubble, but Ezreal still dies regardless. And she dies with Ezreal too. As I said last video, you always want to grab a blue buff when possible. But my Nasus just stole it from me, which kind of sucks, but it happens. Honestly, this game I probably should have got Medjai's just because we're so ahead. Alright, so big mistake by ADC. And ADC in a side lane is pretty damn useless. Because if an assassin or a fighter hops on you, one, you don't have your support, and two, you don't have your summoners from last fight. So you're asking to die. But I understand why they would be in a side lane by themselves. They just need the CS. Although right now we can just run it down to their base. Inferno Drake is such an important objective to have that you never want to give it up. And a big thing to consider is that whenever you're ahead, you always want to take everything off the map. Why? Because you don't want to risk the chance of the enemy team coming back. Although in this game, it's probably impossible for the enemy team to come back. It's a good habit to get into. So here, Maokai is trying to do blue buff. I'm not sure why. Because we're all missing. He doesn't have that many wards in his jungle. Does he have any? He doesn't have any wards in his jungle. And he tries to solo the blue buff. Not a good idea. And honestly, I just want the blue buff, but since they're there, might as well go for the kill on them. Alright, we kill him, so all I want is the blue buff, keep that in mind. But for some reason, there's always one guy that tries to stop me. With Nasus' Wither, it's pretty much a free kill on Viktor. Unfortunately, it gets stunned up, so I can't get him. Blue resets, again, feels bad. Hey, this time the Nasus gives me a blue buff. And just like that, it's game over because the enemy team can't do anything. So I guess this was a perfect AKALI game, but like I said to you guys, I would never recommend to play AKALI mid lane if you're trying to climb. This was a exceptional game just because I got a lot of ganks and my team did well as well, but I also did well. But keep in mind that AKALI top lane is a lot better for a few points. One, the meta is not as good because mid lane, everyone can poke you down and everyone can, well, all the meta champs are being played most likely, can push you in, poke you down, and out CS you just because of all those factors. And on top of that, if you get ganked by jungler, you're gonna die pretty hard if you're using your shroud to engage and disengage like already. Another thing to understand is that it takes a while to get to your power spike because you need either your gunblade early or you need a level 6 early, and most likely you need to wait for the level 6 first because you're not going to get gunblade with a level 6 a lot of times. And once you get the level 6, you have to get ahead because you've been behind for so long that the opportunity that you've been waiting for is to get level 6, and if you don't get ahead of that level 6, it's going to be very hard to play the rest of the game because how behind you got in laning phase. And as always play top lane because top lane AKALI is just a lot better. Your matchups are pretty good. if you're against a tank, you can just do Kleptomancy. If you're against a bruiser, you can still trade with them. And yeah, not as bad as mid lane where you get pushed in and is killed. Anyways, that's it for this video. Hopefully you guys learned something, and yeah, thanks for watching.